A very good noon to one and all. So today we are going to discuss about the new unit, surface texture and comparators. So first of all, surface texture. Introduction about the surface texture. So with the more precise demands of modern engineering products, the control of surface texture together with the dimensional accuracy has become more important. It has been investigated that the surface texture greatly influences the functioning of the machine parts. The properties such as appearance, corrosion resistance, wear resistance, fatigue resistance, lubrication, initial tolerance, and ability to hold the pressure, load carrying capacity, and noise reduction in case of gears are influenced by the surface texture. Whatever may be the machining process used, it is not possible to produce perfectly with the smooth surface. The imperfections and irregularities are bound to occur. The manufactured surface always departs from the absolute perfection to some extent. The irregularities on the surface are in the form of succession of hills and valleys varying in height and spacing. So these irregularities are usually termed as surface roughness, surface finish, surface texture, or surface quality. So these irregularities are responsible to great extent for the appearance of a surface of a component and its suitability for an intended application. Okay. So the surface of the part produced by casting or hot working, cold working, powder metallurgy will have some irregularities associated with the manufacture of dies, etc., used in their production and the production process itself. So irregularities will still be present after the parts have been machined to finish the surface. So processes such as turning, grinding, boring, lapping, shaping, etc. So in general cutting processes such as lapping and honing procedure can produce a texture irregular and multi-dimensional. So grinding mostly irregular shapes but unidirectional. So the texture produced by cutting processes such as turning, boring, shaping, etc. tend to both evenly spaced and unidirectional. So before entering to the discussion, now let us understand. So what is the meaning of surface finish? So if you take any engineering component, it will have a surface which is open to the atmosphere, and there are some valleys and peaks on the boundary of work surface, and sometimes the surface will be very rough and sometimes it will be very smooth. In some cases where there are sliding parts, for example machine tool guideways or bearing surfaces, so we need to have very fine and smooth surface so that the frictional forces are reduced. And in some cases, we need to have somewhat rough surface. For example, in the case of mating parts which are not to be moved, there is no sliding between two mating parts. For example, parts in interference fit. So, in such cases, to prevent the relative motion between the two parts, we need to have slightly rough surface. So, the surface finish, it is also known as surface texture or surface topography, and in some cases, we require very fine surface just to improve the look of the component or product, and we need to measure the finish of the surface to control the machining process also. Now we can see here we have two mating parts. uh, we can see the finish on the face of the cylindrical part and the roughness on the round cylindrical portion. Also you can see the finish of the flat surface. Intently they made very rough to have a proper gripping. So you can see clearly see the rough surface or concentric circle surface on the to cut by using the cutting action. So there are this is the clear cut introduction about the surface texture. And what are the factors which affects the surface roughness? So the following factors which affects the surface roughness are some vibrations, because of vibrations, and material of the workpiece, and type of machining, rigidity of the system consisting of machine tool, fixture, cutting tool, and work, and type of material and form, material type, and sharpness of cutting tool, and cutting conditions, like feed, speed, and depth of cut, and type of coolant used. So these are the various factors which affects the surface roughness. So uh, why we are going to what are the reasons for controlling the surface textures? Reasons for controlling the surface texture means the main reason is to improve the quality product with the good surface finish. So what are the reasons for controlling the surface texture? Is to improve the service life of components, and to improve the fatigue resistance, and to reduce the initial wear of parts, and to reduce frictional wear, and to reduce a close dimensional tolerance on the parts, and for good appearance, and to reduce corrosion by minimizing the depth of irregularities. And if the surface is not enough smooth, a turning shaft may act like a reamer, and the piston rod like a broach. So the moving parts can heat up, bind, and freeze. So the excessive surface roughness on the shafts and bearings, say in an electrical household applications, require more power. However, as already explained perfectly, the smooth surface is not always required. The requirement of a surface texture is mainly depends upon the specific application of the part. Okay, so these are the various reasons for controlling the surface texture. And coming to the next topic is uh, irregularities. So in the surface texture we have uh, surface irregularities are there, some geometrical irregularities are there. uh, so as we know that the material machined by the chip removal process cannot be finished perfectly due to some departures from ideal conditions as specified by the designer. So due to that conditions not being ideal, the surface produced will have some irregularities. So these geometrical irregularities, so all these geometrical irregularities can be classified into four categories. Okay, so four categories means one by one we'll discuss about these four categories. So and also these are orders of geometrical irregularities. So first one is first order. First order means the irregularities caused by the inaccuracies in the machine tool itself are called first order irregularities. So irregularities caused by the inaccuracies in the machine tool itself. So inaccuracy in the machine tool is the first order irregularities. So which includes the irregularities caused due to the lack of straightness of guideways on which the tool must move, or surface irregularities arising due to the deformation of work under the action of cutting forces, and also due to the weight of material itself. So these are the various inaccuracies in the machine tool. So by caused by these inaccuracies, the irregularities are formed. uh, those irregularities are first order irregularities. Okay, and next one is the second order. So the irregularities caused due to the vibration of any kind. Okay, so irregularities caused due to the vibration of any kind are called second order irregularities. So these includes irregularities caused by vibration includes chatter marks on the surface of parts. That means it can cause the vibrations. So chatter marks on the surface of the parts. So first order means inaccuracies in the machine tool itself, and second order is due to the vibrations of any kind. Okay, and next coming to the next one is a third order. Even if the machine was perfect and completely free from the vibrations, some irregularities are caused by the machining itself due to the characteristics of the process. Okay, so these third order irregularities caused by machining. Okay, so first one is the machine tool, inaccuracies in the machine tool, and second one is the vibrations caused due to vibrations, and third order is if even if the machine were perfect and completely free from the vibrations, uh, these are caused by the machining itself due to the characteristics of the process, like feed mark of the cutting tool. Okay, so, and last one is the fourth order. So the fourth order irregularities include those arising from the rupture of the material during the separation of chip. Okay, so rupture of the arising from the rupture of the material during the separation of chip. Okay, so these are the orders of geometrical irregularities. Orders of geometrical irregularities. And now those irregularities on the surface of the part produced can also be grouped into two categories. So, apart from these orders, the irregularities are also classified into two categories. So, first one is the roughness, and second one is the waviness. So, roughness or primary texture, and next one is the waviness or secondary texture. So one by one we will discuss about this. First one is the primary texture or roughness. So the surface irregularities of small wavelength are called primary texture or roughness. So surface irregularities. So in every each surface we have some irregularities. No? So those irregularities are categorized into two types. Uh, so we have a irregularities means we have some waveform irregularities are there in the we are mentioning in the diagram in the form of a wave. So that means crust troughs are there in that wave. So the small irregularities are categorized into primary texture or roughness. Okay, so generally these are caused by the direct action of the cutting elements of the material. That means the cutting tool shape, tool feed rate, or by some other disturbances such as friction, wear, or corrosion. So these are caused by this direct action. So these include the irregularities of third and fourth order. Third and fourth order means machining. So irregularities are caused by the machining, and fourth one is the during the chip separation. So these two include the primary texture or roughness and constitute the micro geometrical errors. So constitute the micro geometrical errors. So primary texture, roughness, or small wavelengths, irregularities of small wavelengths, or micro geometrical errors are come into one category. So here the ratio LR by HR. So LR is the length along the surface and HR is the deviation of the surface from the ideal one. So denoting the micro errors which are less than 50. So LR by HR is less than 50. So this is the primary texture or roughness. So roughness means those are this is the irregularities of small wavelength are called primary texture or roughness. Okay, so these are this includes the irregularities of third and fourth order and constitute to micro geometrical errors, and LR by HR is less than 50. So LR is the length along the surface and HR is the deviation of the surface from the ideal one. And next category is the secondary texture or waviness. Okay, so first one is the primary texture roughness and second one is the secondary texture waviness. So the surface irregularities of considerable wavelength of a periodic character are called secondary texture or waviness. Okay, so these irregularities result due to inaccuracies of slides, wear of guides, or misalignments of centers, or non-linear feed motion, deformation of work under the action of cutting forces, vibrations of any kind, etc. So these errors, which includes the irregularities of first and second order. First means it is it is caused by the inaccuracies in the machine tool itself, and the second order is due to the vibrations. So these errors include the irregularities of first and second order and constitute the macro geometrical errors. Okay, so first one is the micro, this is the macro geometrical errors. So here the ratio of LW by HW. So LW is the length along the surface and HW is the deviation of the surface from ideal one. So the ratio of LW by HW denoting the macro errors, these are more than 50. Okay, so where here LW by HW is greater than 50. So where LW is the length along the surface and HW is the deviation of surface from ideal one. So this is the various irregularities of surface, irregularities on the surface of the part produced into the two categories, so roughness or waviness. So thus any finished surface can be considered as a combination of two forms of wavelength. It means a large wavelength for waviness and a small wavelength for roughness superimposed upon each other. So these two forms of irregularities superimposed on each other tends to form a pattern or a texture on the surface. Okay, so up to now introduction about the surface texture, what is the surface finish, and what are the factors affecting the surface texture, and reasons for controlling the surface texture, and orders of geometrical irregularities. There are four orders: first order, second order, third order, fourth order, and categories, two categories of irregularities categories: roughness, waviness. Okay, and now coming to the next important topic is what are the elements present on the surface texture. So elements of surface texture. Okay, so the various elements of surface texture can be defined and explained with the help of this figure, which shows a typical surface highly magnified. Okay, so observe carefully. So firstly, what is the surface? So the surface of a part is confined by the boundary which separates that part from another part or substance or space. So this is the surface. Okay, and actual surface. This refers to the surface of a part which is actually obtained after the manufacturing process. Okay, the surface which is obtained, surface of the part is obtained after the manufacturing process. And next one is the nominal surface. A nominal surface is a theoretical geometrically perfect surface which does not exist in practice, but it is an average of irregularities that are superimposed on it. That are superimposed on it. Okay, and next one is the profile. Next element is profile. So profile is defined as the contour of any section through a surface. Contour of any section through a surface. So and next one is a roughness. As already explained about the roughness, which refers to the relatively finely spaced microgeometrical irregularities. So it is also called as a primary texture and constitutes the third and fourth order irregularities. Okay, and coming to the roughness height. So this is rated as the arithmetical average deviation expressed in micrometers normal to an imaginary center line running through the roughness profile. So see this figure. And next element is roughness width. Roughness width is the distance parallel to the normal surface between the successive peaks or ridges that constitutes the predominant pattern of the roughness. Okay. Next, roughness width cutoff. This is the maximum width of the surface irregularities that is included in the measurement of roughness height. This is always greater than roughness width and is rated in centimeters. Okay, and coming to the waviness. So waviness consists of those surface irregularities which are of greater spacing than roughness, and it occurs in the form of waves. So these are also termed as macro geometrical errors, and which constitute the irregularities of first and second order. So these are caused due to the misalignment of centers, vibrations, machine or work deflections, warping, etc. Okay. So coming to the next element, effective profile. So it is the real contour of a surface obtained by using the instrument. It is the real contour of a surface obtained by using the instrument. And the next important element is flaws. So flaws are surface irregularities or imperfections which occur at infrequent intervals and at random intervals. Examples those are like scratches, holes, cracks, etc. So these may be observed directly with the aid of penetrating dye or some other material which makes them visible for examination and evaluation. Okay, so these are the surface irregularities which occur at random intervals. Okay, so just like cracks, holes, scratches, etc. Okay, this is the nothing but flaws. See this figure. Okay, flaw. And next one is the surface texture. So it is repetitive or random deviations from the nominal surface which forms the pattern on the surface. So the surface texture includes the roughness, waviness, flaws, and finally lace. So lace means it's a direction of predominant surface pattern produced by various tool marks or scratches. So we will discuss in detail about the uh, element. What is lay? So lay uh, it is the direction of predominant surface pattern produced by tool marks or scratches. So it is determined by the method of production used and symbols used to indicate the direction of lay. Uh, so the lays are denoted with some symbols like lay parallel. So this is a parallel symbol, so which indicates the lay parallel to the boundary line of nominal surface, that is lay parallel to the line representing surface to which the symbol is applied. Okay, that means parallel, example like parallel shaping, end view of turning, etc. So this is the thing, but lay parallel to the boundary line. If lay is perpendicular to the boundary line, it's a perpendicular symbol. So lay perpendicular to the boundary line of the nominal surface, so that is the lay perpendicular to the line representing surface to which the symbol is applied. That means end view of shaping, longitudinal view of turning, etc. And next one is the angular. If lay is angular, it indicates by the x, capital X. So that means lay angular in both the direction to the line representing the surface to which the symbol is applied. Example like traversed end mill, side wheel grinding. Next one is a multi-directional. So it is indeed denoted with M. So lay multi-directional. Example like these are by lapping, super finishing, honing. Okay, and if it is circular, that means it is denoted with C. Lay approximately circular, related to the center of the surface to which the symbol is applied. Example, facing on the lathe. So those circular patterns will observe circular. Okay, so lay it's a circular C. Okay, and next one is radial. If it is radial, it is denoted with the letter R. R, lay approximately radial relative to the center of the surface to which the symbol is applied. Examples like surface ground on the turntable, fly cut, and indexed on end mill. So the various types of lays are shown diametrically. Okay, so it should be noted that the surface roughness is measured at 90 degrees to the direction of lay. Okay, and next element, so these are the various informations there is less. Okay, and the next element is sampling length. So it is the length of profile necessary for the evaluation of irregularities to be taken into account. It is also known as a cutoff length. Okay, it is measured in a direction parallel to the general direction of profile. The sampling length should bear some relation to the type of profile. So, these are the various important elements on the surface texture. And now, mean line of profile. So it is the line dividing the effective profile such that within the sampling length, the sum of the squares of vertical ordinates y1, y2, etc. be between the effective profile points and the mean line is minimum. Okay, so it is the line dividing the effective profile such that within the sampling length the sum of the squares of vertical ordinates between the effective profile points and the mean line is minimum. Okay, next one is a center line of profile. So it is the line dividing the effective profile such that the areas embraced by the profile above and below the line are equal. For repetitive wave profile, the center line and the mean line are equivalent. Though true repetitive profile is impossible in any manufacturing process, mean line and center line are assumed to be equivalent for practical purposes. Okay, so up to now we'll discuss about this surface texture information, various elements of surface texture, and in the coming lectures we will discuss numerical methods to find out the surface values and surface texture values, and instrumental methods we will find out the surface texture values, and inspection methods also there, inspection by comparison methods to find out the surface irregularities. Okay, so instrument methods, so direct or indirect methods are there. Okay, so before entering into this concept, uh, we will uh, we will observe the small concept which is a conventional method for designating the surface finish. So as per the Indian standards, the surface texture specified by indicating the following characteristics in the symbols. So roughness value Ra, which is in a micrometer, and next one is a machining allowance, which is in a mm, and sampling length or instrument cutoff length, which is in mm, and next one is a from machining or production method, and next one is the direction of lay. So direction of lay, as earlier we will discuss about this different symbols, perpendicular, parallel, x, m, c, r. Okay, so this is the example of surface roughness designation. For example, a milled surface with 1.2 mm machining allowance having the RA value 6.3 micrometer with cutoff length 2.5 mm and direction of lay parallel will be represented as shown in this figure. So this is the designation method. So firstly, for indicating the surface we have to draw one horizontal line, and next one is the we have to draw one triangle. So those triangle which includes the left side 60 degrees and right side 60 degrees angle. So this is the diagram of indication. So roughness value is designated in a micrometer at the top of the figure, and the machining method at the ladder line, above the ladder line, and below the ladder line is sampling length, and the machining allowance is left 60 degrees, and direction of lay is right to 60 degrees. So see this right side figure. So this is the answer. So first of all, machining method is a milled surface. That means milled. Machining method is milling. So top of the ladder line is milled, and bottom of the ladder line sampling length. How much sampling length we have given? Sampling length means cutoff length. That means 2.5 mm. So 2.5, and the roughness value RA value is 6.3 micrometer. That means 6.3. So next one is machining allowance. So a milled surface with 1.2 mm milling allowance. So 1.2 is the machining allowance. And next one is lay. So direction of lay. So here the direction of lay parallel. Okay, so this is the parallel symbol, equal. So this is the standard Indian standard designation for indicating the surface finish. Okay, so the surface roughness on drawings is represented with inverted triangles as per the Indian standards. So coming to this various surface roughness values, standard values in micrometers. So above 25, if it is above 25 there is no symbol. If it is 8 to 25, that means one inverted triangle, and 1.6 to 8 two triangles, 0.25 to 6 1.6 three triangles. It's not 16, it's 1.6, and less than 0.25 four inverted triangles. Okay, so these are the various standard values and its symbols. Okay, so I hope everyone understand this concept. So in the next class we will discuss in detail about the methods, various methods to find out the surface texture, surface roughness values. Okay, so by direct or indirect method or inspection methods. And after this explanation we will wind up with this surface texture and next comparators. Okay, so I hope everyone understand this lecture. Read well, stay home, stay safe. Thank you. Bye.